For the fabulous and fantastic Chris Pratt. So great to have you here. And I'd like to start with a few questions. Jennifer and Chris, it's a unique story and the sets are really spectacular. What was it like to enter those amazing sets for the first time?
It was unbelievable. I had never seen sets like that in my entire life. We tore down through 2 stages on a studio and combined 2 stages, which is unheard of, at least for me. And most of our sets were practical, which is really rare with a movie that's this spacey. We had 8 miles of real LED lights and everything we could interact with. Our set was 4 stories high.
Yeah, the grand concourse of the ship itself was a practical set, and so there are really beautiful long one-shots that go and snake through the entire ship, and so you really feel the size while watching the movie, and it's helpful for us when we're making the movie to also feel the size and to be inside of this beautiful, luxurious ship.
And I love the bar with Arthur.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the bar too, in general.
I love those bars, but this is my favorite.
Yeah, it was an ode to The Shining, that bar, and it's a throwback. So our characters spent a lot of time in that bar dealing with Arthur, who is an android, and we're of course alone for 90 years on a ship and longing for some human connection and attempting to find that with Michael Sheen's character Arthur, who is not human. So.
Jennifer, Aurora is swimming in the pool when gravity failed on the ship. What was it like to shoot that really breathtaking scene?
It was breathtaking, literally, for me. It was incredible. I had never seen. They showed me the CGI previs for it, and I had never seen a scene like that ever in any movie in my whole life. So it was exciting. It was daunting and scary because I didn't know how we would shoot it. I mean, it just seemed impossible. But I think that's definitely the coolest scene I think I've ever shot. I definitely have ever shot in my life.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the zero gravity wire work you had to do? What can you tell us about it? What kind of experience was it for you?
That was an interesting experience. Both Jen and I have had experience doing wire work with the movies that we've been in where our characters are flying through the air for whatever reason. This was different though because when you're creating or when you're simulating the effect of zero gravity while being hung from wires, it's really complicated to get right because you have to create the illusion that there is no gravity while you're absolutely feeling the effects of real gravity, typically right in this area where the harness is holding you up 50 feet in the air. And so that was a lot of work. It was really physical, and we both spent many, many days hung in the air, sweating, and I think the effect is really fabulous, though. I think the visuals in this movie are just groundbreaking, truly stunning, and a combination of animation as well as us doing practical stunts. We created that illusion very well, I think.
Thank you very much. Now it's your turn. First row, Marcus. Wait for the microphone, please, and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Marcus. First, congratulations for me. It's one of the best science fiction movies I saw in the last years. And because it confronts you, the viewer, with so many questions about how would I react, what would I do. Is this what attracted you both? And did you find any answers of questions like, would I do such a voyage? Would I wake somebody else if I'm alone? And so on.
Yes, well, thank you, Marcus. It's we're very proud of it. I think what attracted us to the script. I will say, we think that the best way to present this movie is to allow it to remain a mystery. There are obviously things you learn about these characters through the course of watching the movie that we're desperately trying to avoid telling your readers or telling any of the releasing in the press any of the details of what happens in the movie, that would give away or spoil anything. But I know what attracted me to the movie was just the story and the idea of what these two characters have to endure. As far as there are questions that you ask yourself while watching this movie, and certainly for us while making it. If you were in this situation, what would you do? And I think these are all very human questions. And for a movie that's set on a spaceship that has all the allure and the mystery and the sci-fi elements, it does ask really human questions about conscience and guilt and redemption, so I think it's good that we ask ourselves those questions, and I imagine there would be different answers from different people.
Next question on the second row.
Sasha Scheuer, Radio NRW. Congratulations on this romantic space odyssey. If you were alone in space and you had the chance to get another person to be there with you, what is the number one characteristic or the number one ability that this person should have?
Well, I think the way that Chris and I got through 4 months, it was 16-hour days, just each other, not lost in space, but might as well have been, was humor.
Laughter,
We laughed, every day. We cracked up about something.
Yeah.
So humor.
Yeah, you gotta bring somebody funny. Yeah, or a good cook.
Yeah.
Hopefully both.
We can see that you have a great on-screen chemistry and obviously a great off-screen chemistry as well. Did you know each other before, prior to the movie, or did you?
No, we had never met. I had wanted to work with him before many times and just never worked out. So, but I had never met him. The first time we met was with the director and the read-through and everything.
Yeah, that was the first time we met. But it's interesting because I've known many people for years and years and years in my life, and I don't feel like I know them as well as I know Jen because
I tell you everything.
She no filter.
My stomach hurts.
Yeah. It's rare that you ever spend as much time with anyone in your life as you do with someone on set. I mean, it's a very intimate and immediate relationship that has to begin, and you're spending 15, 16, 17 hours a day, especially in a film of this nature, where it is only two people primarily through the whole film. So we really we were on the fast track to like best friend area right away. And you know what? Train is still moving. Come on.
Great. Next question. The gentleman over there at the row.
Gentleman. Hi, my name is Stefan, Berlin Radio in general. First of all, I want to say that I'm pissed off because we can't go into spoiler territory, because there's one thing about the movie that I really, really love, and it's the ending.
Yes.
Because in this time and age, it could have been...
Shut your mouth.
We don't want people to know that the movie ends.
But I really love that. But my question is, with all the characters that you've portrayed, the both of you, and with these two great characters that I really, really love them both, which sounds corny, but has it become easier to find new characters, or has it become harder to find new characters when you go on a new project? With all that you've done.
Has it been easier to find new projects?
Is it easier to find new characters or harder to find new characters, considering you do, I think this is the question, you do more and more characters.
The thing that was really exciting me about this, where did you go? Oh, you're right there.
Oh.
Sorry. The thing that, he just asked the question, it runs out. The thing that excited me about this movie is that it's original. It's a completely original story, and nowadays it's really hard to get a studio to spend a lot of money on something that doesn't have proof of viewers, like franchises or something that's based off of a book. It's very, very rare to find something that can be epic in size and original. So for me, right away, I really liked it. I loved the story that it was, but it was very original. It's hard to find interesting and original characters that haven't already been done by someone else.
Right, and that's what makes it such a relief when a script like this comes across your desk and you read it.
You really read your scripts at a desk?
I do. I sit at the desk.
I have coloring books and crayons at my desk.
Well, what? That yeah. So it makes it it's really refreshing when you read something, a character that's different than what you've done before. Because I think that's really what you want to do as an actor. I think you want to explore new territory. You want to show a different side of yourself, and this is definitely that for both of us.
Next question, second row, lady.
Hello, my name is Melanie. I'm from a Berlin newspaper, Tagesspiegel. And I want to come back to the no filter thing, please, because people in Berlin love it when you don't have a filter because they don't have one themselves. Can you give us your opinion about the city? I mean, I don't know how long you're here, if you just fly in and jet out again, or I know that Jennifer, you've been last year. Yeah, maybe some thoughts about that.
I loved it. I mean, I'm not gonna like go, you know, I don't know if I'll give you the quotes that you're aiming for, but I think it's a wonderful city. I love it. I like your beer gardens. I like your pretzels, Wiener Schnitzel, sausages, bratwurst, corned beef.
Yeah.
I love it here. We had a great time. You know, we were in this city when we were wrapping up the entire Hunger Games saga, so it was very emotional for us, and we had a great time. I love coming to Berlin.
Yeah, I like. There's two things that stand out about the people here in Berlin that I've noticed that I really love is that number one, I mean we go to a lot of cities on tours like this. You guys are on top of it. Like nothing. You don't get anything wrong. Like everything is very efficiently runs smoothly. Everyone is just really professional and on top of their game. But then the second part that really complements the first part is when it's time to like cut loose. You guys party hard. Like you have, you know what I mean? Like, you guys really throw down. I'm like, how are you so good at your job during the day?
So like light, yes, and the nighttime comes. It's like, like where are all these people?
Yeah. So that's kudos to be able to do both. Usually one person is really good at either one or the other.
Yeah.
To do both, that's hard.
Right. Next question over here, third row, the blonde lady.
Hi, my name is Melly, and I have the question like there are some scenes where you have extreme emotions, and I'm an actress myself, so I'm trying to. And my question is like, how do you work and focus on extreme emotions? Do you have any techniques? So we learn in drama school like method acting or imaginary monologue, and I wanted to know like, do you use this or how do you work on the emotions?
I've never heard the term what did you call it?
Imaginary monologue.
Imaginary monologue. I've never heard of that. I didn't do acting class. I'd probably be a lot better off if I did. Acting classes or anything like that. But that is something that just sounds familiar to me. I do that. You think whatever your character would be thinking, and your thoughts change your expression and your voice, and everything kind of follows that. With extreme emotions, I don't do method or anything. But with extreme emotions, it's just having empathy for your character and just opening yourself up to feeling it.
Yeah, she makes it look really easy the way that she does it. You know, and some people can do that, and it's pretty terrific to watch. I got to see it for 4 months. She's pretty spectacular, and you know, and I think you'll find tools and instruments that you'll create as you move forward in your acting career that will help you harness those emotions. And I think there are tools that you can go to the store and buy, or there are tools that a tradesman can teach you. But I think when you really start to refine your and I hate to say craft because people say that all the time, and I feel like it's I wish there was a better word for it, but understanding that it sounds pretentious, I'll say as you refine your craft, you'll learn to like make your own tools. Like you'll invent your own tools, like simple things that work for you, that resonate for you, whether it be, you know, manipulating what makes you emotional through music or through imagery or through like sense memory or any of these things. Like you'll learn what works for you, and you just keep practicing, keep experimenting. Good luck.
The next question over here, last row.
Chiara Bever from Radio Paradiso. How was it to be in a movie and to play most of the time just with one other actor and not with a bunch of team, with a lot of other actors, just with one other person?
Because it was Pratt, it was the best day every day of my life. It was so fun. And he's a great actor. Everything happened really effortlessly with us together. And normally I would worry because he's so funny and he makes me laugh in between. It's exhausting having to get lines. But when as soon as the director calls action, he's someone else. I don't even recognize him really when I'm looking into his eyes. So it was easy acting wise. He helped me a lot. We were terrific together, I think. And then working sometimes up to like 19-hour days when I'm exhausted, and I had my buddy who was cracking me up, making me laugh. So it was great. It could have been an absolute disaster.
It's true. I feel the same way. It's different. It's something different. You come to understand just how hard your crew works, because the crew people are there from the beginning to the end every day. But as actors, we get the benefit of only being there for the stuff that's necessary for our presence. If there's a scene that's happening that we're not in, we get to be at home drinking coffee or something. So the crew doesn't get that. So we got to understand how hard crews have to work, because we were there in every scene every day throughout the course of the whole movie. And it was tiring and hard, but we leaned on one another a lot. And I had a great time. And it could have been much worse if it was somebody else. But
Much worse, like it was something that was bad.
it could have been worse. It couldn't have been any worse.
Next question. Over here, the lady in red.
Hello, my name is Christina from German Radio. Would you like to stay the rest of your life in the universe with or without your love, personally?
I think that there's really amazing benefits to that kind of life. Like my character, I don't believe would ever be able to fall in love or find happiness if she wasn't in the exact situation that she was in. She'd always be running to try to fulfill this never-ending, desire or thirst for the next thing. Obviously, I don't think it's plan A, is not being able to go to like group dinners, take the focus off your partner for like a moment, or see grass.
That would suck. Yeah, I think there's a parable in this movie about, and you see it sometimes in storytelling, about characters who have a destination, they have a goal in mind, they set out for something and they're longing for something, but what they're given is completely different than what they thought. And you learn to have faith in your story and what you've been given, and you hopefully can find a way to be fulfilled with what you've been given rather than what you wanted, because oftentimes the two aren't the same thing.
You told us about the wire work and different aspects, but what would you say, what was the biggest challenge for you shooting that movie?
I guess probably the schedule. It was a very ambitious schedule, and this is a giant movie, and our director Morton is very much a perfectionist and wants every take to be perfect before he moves on, and so we worked long hours. We only did 5 days a week, but because we were doing sometimes 18 hours a day, that 5 days would take 7 days. And so we pretty much worked nonstop, long hours, and that was, for me, was based on this, how strenuous the wire work and the stunt work was. It was both physically exhausting, but also mentally exhausting, from just having to be present and be available to do your job every day. So it was hard. That part, the challenge of the schedule, was for me the hardest.
Same.
All right. Next question, the third row, lady.
Hello, Franziska, German radio, public radio. Chris, your character is a craftsman. He can build and fix things. So the question goes to both of you. Are you personally good at making or fixing things, and what have you fixed recently?
I think that I am, but my wife would probably roll her eyes if she heard me say that. She prefers that I get someone else to do it, because that way it will actually get done. But I'm the guy who will say, don't hire someone to fix that door. I can fix that door. And then 4 months later, the door is still broken, and she's like, why didn't you just hire someone? So yeah, I can do that. And when usually, because I spend so much time on the road for work, when I come home, I have about 10 straight days of stuff that needs to be done around the house because I haven't been there. And those are usually my 10 favorite days of the year, is I can just come home and start putting my touch on everything and fixing everything, you know, hanging pictures or you know, fixing little hinges or doors, or changing the oil in the car, putting air in the tires in the car, just kind of like the stuff that needs to be done around the house that doesn't get done while I'm gone. So I like that stuff.
I taped my Apple TV remote to the wooden spoon, so I wouldn't lose it in bed.
She's going to invent that. She's going to patent that.
Mm-hmm. Someone's going to call me. Elon Musk.
Jennifer, it's Elon.
I've been expecting your call.
Patrice for Robert Hoffman. I would like to know, like, how relaxed will your Christmas be? I know that this movie will be released here in Germany about like next year, but yours will be as a competitor to this other franchise. How relaxed will this Christmas be for you? Are you so professional that you're going to switch off the idea that people are going to watch like how this movie will perform on the big screen, or is it really like, you know what, it's Christmas, I don't care?
I mean, it's Christmas, I don't care. I think I get to see my nephews, you know, and I have a new one in Kentucky, so I think the last thing I'm going to be thinking about is this movie, even though I love it and I'm proud of it. And I will be excited to hear the results and nervous and everything, but that's not what Christmas is all about.
That's true. That's true.
Christmas is about drinking.
It's
fighting with your mother.
I think it's a constant challenge in life to do everything you can to affect those things that you can control, and do everything you can to forget about the things that you cannot control. And I think around Christmas time, what I'll be able to control is, you know, the lights on the tree, and you know, the stocking and all that stuff. And you know, we'll have done our work. We both worked very hard making this movie, and now we're running around the world telling everybody about it because we're so proud of it. And then when our obligation is done, I think it's beyond our control. And I just really hope that people experience what I experienced when I read the script, because I think it's a magnificent story. I think it's so original and big. It's epic in size and scope. And when I read it, just reading it without even seeing any of the visuals, I was captivated. And so I just hope people get to experience that.
Wait, I heard that there've been a lot of singing on set between takes. Is that right?
I don't know where this keeps coming from.
I think I sang the most. Yeah.
Well, he like spreads joy.
Yeah.
Everybody would be like tired and in a bad mood, and then there's just like Chris, just like the happiest guy in the world. So I guess you were singing.
Maybe I was singing a
You were
lot.
playing music or something.
Yeah.
And I was just like the Grinch.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's late.
Great, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
The movie is going to be released on January 5th.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, one last question. All right,
My name is
press
Sarah.
through.
I'm from.
Could you wait for the microphone, please? Thank you very much.
This better be good.
Yeah.
Pressure's on, Sarah.
I hope so. I think it's difficult because what is the most selfish thing you did in your life, and how are you in forgiving if somebody's not treating you right? Like,
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa,
Yeah, see,
why
I
you gonna
told
just
you.
cut it loose?
Yeah, I could have been all the way up the hallway now. Most selfish thing I've ever done.
And how do you find forgiveness for it?
No.
Whoa, we really rolled the dice on that question.
Damn it. I don't actually remember doing anything specifically very big. I mean, everybody has like issues. I don't think being selfish is one of mine. I have too much anxiety for that. I'd be like, did I do the right thing? Forgiveness, it depends on what it is, you know. I mean, I'm all for forgiveness, but there are some things that, you know, reveal a character trait that aren't very good. So it's not good, you don't want it in your life. So I think it depends on what the person did and why.
So you think you would have?
No, we won't talk about that. Sorry.
Yeah, we're trying not to spoil
The whole movie for the
yeah.
audience.
I think being an actor in general is a pretty selfish choice.
Sure wish you had gone first.
Yeah.
I've never done anything selfish.
Being an actor is,
Except my job.
yeah. Well, it is. But I think that's okay. I think that it's okay because you're essentially, if you're going to truly, and I'll say it to the young lady who's pursuing acting, if you have to put it above everything in your life. And so for me, it meant moving away from where I grew up and leaving my friends and family and not going to college, and I just focused everything on myself. I was focusing everything on myself. And so, and that was required, that was totally necessary to become an actor. And now it's a little different for me because I'm married and I have a son, and I'm married to an actress who also embraces this idea of the selfishness that's required to pursue a dream career as an actor. But now we just have to be slightly less selfish because we take the well-being of our child and of our marriage and put it above career. Whereas up until we made that choice, our career was our number one ambition, and we were unapologetically selfish about it.
Yeah, that's true. I am unapologetically selfish about my job as well.
As you should be. And hell, it's working because you're on the top of the fucking game.
Thank you. And utterly alone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.